Hello and welcome to today's Yin Yoga practice. My name is Kristen and I'm so happy that you're here with me today. This session is beginner friendly, designed to help you relax, release tension, and gently open the body. We'll be holding each pose for around 2 minutes, so take this time to really slow down and connect with your breath. And remember, props are your best friend in Yin Yoga. So grab a cushion, a blanket, or some yoga blocks to make each posture feel supported and comfortable. Let's begin by finding a comfortable seated position. This could be cross-legged, sitting on a cushion, or even against a wall if that feels best for your body today. Rest your hands on your knees or in your lap, and gently close down your eyes. We'll begin together by breathing together. So let's take a deep breath in through your nose and a long, slow exhale out through your mouth. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale deeply and exhale slowly. One more big breath in and sigh it out. Now allow your breath to settle into its natural rhythm. Simply observe each inhale and exhale as you ground yourself into the present moment. Let go of any expectations for this practice. Just be here exactly as you are. From the seated position, we'll go ahead and move into our first Yin Yoga pose, butterfly. Bring the soles of your feet together and allow your knees to fall open. You can keep your heels close to your body for a deeper stretch or slide them further away for a gentler sensation. If your knees do feel high off the ground, you can also support them with yoga blocks or cushions. On your inhale, lengthen through your spine. And as you exhale, gently begin to fold forward, allowing your head to relax. There's no need to force anything. Gravity does the work here. Allow your shoulders to soften, your breath to slow down, and simply melt into this pose. In Yin Yoga, we aren't looking for flat, straight backs, so you can go ahead and allow your spine to round. And on each exhale, just allow yourself to go further into the stretch. to come out of this pose. As you inhale, slowly begin to roll up back to your seated upright position, one vertebrae at a time. Once your spine is upright, just allow yourself to be still here. Just notice and observe any sensations that are coming up in your body right now after that first Yin Yoga pose. Now for some gentle movement in between poses. Keep your feet together in this position and we'll move through some seated cat-cows. On your inhale, lift your chest and arch your spine. Gaze up slightly. And as you exhale, round your back, tuck your chin in towards your chest and draw the belly in. Lean back. We'll do that a couple more times. Move with your breath. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Arch your back. Lift your chest. Exhale and round your back. Tuck your chin towards your chest, leaning back. Now place your hands onto the mats and shift over to a tabletop pose. You can roll over your legs here, or you can draw your knees back in and move into tabletop position. Here I invite you to move in any way that calls to your body. You might take cat-cow, sway the hips from side to side, move into barrel rolls or hip circles. Just explore. Take about 10 deep breaths here as you move intuitively, whatever's calling to your body today. Slowly start to bring yourself back to stillness in your tabletop. And moving into our next Yin Yoga asana, threading the needle. Extend your right arm towards the ceiling and thread your right arm under your left, lowering your right shoulder and cheek to the mat. You can keep your left hand pressing onto the mat or extend it forward for a deeper stretch. Tent the fingers on your left hand, allowing for a little more breathing room in your twist. And if this feels too intense, you can also place a cushion under your shoulder or your head for support. If you'd also like a little bit of a deeper twist here, you can take your left arm behind your back. Wherever you are in this position, breathe deeply into any sensations that are coming up. Pushing into your left hand, go ahead and bring yourself back to tabletop position. And we'll move to the other side. Extend your left arm up. And thread your left arm under your right, lowering your left shoulder and cheek to the mat. Again, you can keep your right hand this time pressing into the mat or extend it forward for a deeper stretch. If you are extending your arm further ahead of you, go ahead and tent the fingers on your right hand, allowing for a little bit of a deeper twist and more breathing room. Or you can also take your right arm behind your back for more sensation. The same modifications apply here. You can place a cushion under your shoulder or your head for support. Wherever you are in your twist, breathe deep. Slowly transition back to tabletop, pressing into your right hand. Bring yourself back to hands and knees, and we'll take a rebound in child's pose. So before moving on, bring your knees wide or together, toes touching, drift your hips back towards your heels, bow in. And you can either take your arms forward, extending long onto the mat, or alongside the body, whatever feels most restful for you. Let go of all effort here. Just rest in your child's pose. We'll take about a minute here in stillness, just observing, noticing any sensations, any pulsing or tingling that you might feel after these first couple of yin postures. Go ahead and come back to tabletop position. And transitioning into our next Yin Yoga asana, dragon pose. Step your right foot forward to the outside of your hands. Your hands are going to be positioned inside of your right foot, your right leg. Allow your hips to sink down as you soften into this deep hip flexor stretch. Your back knee can be on the ground, or you can also keep your back leg lifted. You can keep your hands on the mat or rest them on blocks if you need more room. Or if you're looking for a deeper stretch, you can even place your forearms on the ground. There's several different options to take here. Whichever you choose, just remember to keep breathing. And as you exhale, on every exhale, allowing yourself to maybe go a little deeper into the stretch. Moving into half splits for a counter stretch. Shift your hips back towards your heels, straightening the right leg while keeping this dragon diagonal. So keeping your leg just exactly in the same position that it's in, but straightening the leg back. You can keep your hands in position where they are. Nothing else needs to move really, just your hips backwards and your leg will straighten. Flex your foot and breathe here. 5 slow, deep breaths. This should feel really, really awesome after that last asana. Enjoy this delicious hamstring stretch. Transition back to tabletop by lunging into that front leg and then bringing yourself back to a hands and knees position, and we'll move over to the other side. This time, step your left foot forward to the outside of your hands and allow your hips to sink down as you soften into this deep hip stretch here. The same modifications do apply, but just to remind you, you can keep your hands on the mat. You can rest them on blocks, or you can place your forearms onto the mat. Just remember that placing your forearms on the mat is a deeper stretch. And if you need to, you can also lift the back knee off the ground. Wherever you are in your dragon, keep breathing deeply. We're seeking sensation all along the front of your back thigh. So the front of your right thigh. Moving into our counter stretch, our half splits. Shift your hips back towards your heels, straightening into your left leg. You can keep a soft bend in the knee if you'd like. Flex your foot and breathe here. 5 deep breaths. Lunging forward to transition back to tabletop once again. And we'll move into our melting heart pose. So keeping your knees positioned under your hips, walk your hands forward and allow your chest to sink towards the mat. Your hips stay lifted and your arms stretch long. If this is too intense for you, you can also place a cushion under your chest, or you can keep your elbows bent. Wherever you are in this asana, remember breathing deeply. Pushing into your hands, tuck your chin towards your chest and roll your spine forward onto your belly for your next Yin Yoga asana, Sphinx. Bring your forearms down to the mat and gently lift your chest through your arms. Your lower body is completely relaxed. Remove any gripping or tension that you might be feeling. And we'll hold our Sphinx in stillness. For the last minute of this pose, with the option to deepen the stretch, you can press into your hands to extend your arms for seal pose. Keep your lower body as is. And if this is too much on your low back, or if you feel any pinching or pain at all, lower yourself back down to Sphinx or all the way down to your belly with your forearms as pillows. If you are in seal, we have about another 30 seconds here. Go ahead and lower yourself all the way down to your belly. Make a pillow with your arms and rest your forehead onto your hands. We'll rebound here. Just noticing any sensations that you might have in your lower back. You can also feel free to wag your tail a little bit by swaying your hips from side to side. This will release your low back spine a little bit after that compression. Go ahead and push yourself back up and into a child's pose at the back of your mat. Your hips are towards your heels. Arms are extending forward. Knees wide so you can rest your torso between your thighs. And this time, bring your hands together into prayer position and rest them behind your head at the nape of your neck. Let go of any tension in your spine. And you can walk your elbows forward a little bit, feeling this nice stretch in your triceps. take a couple of breaths here. And we'll move into our next Yin Yoga pose, Dragonfly. Dragonfly is also our wide-legged seated fold. So come to a seated position on your mat. Extend your legs wide, sitting tall. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, walk your hands forward and let your upper body relax. You can round your spine here. And remember, in Yin Yoga, we're only going for about your 70% maximum. So don't go all the way to the full extent. We want to allow gravity to do the work. If this feels too intense in this position, you can also place a cushion under your hips and keep a small bend in your knees. Being very gentle with your body, slowly begin to bring yourself back up to an upright seated position. Draw your knees back in. And go ahead and lean back onto your hands. Both knees are bent. And gently sway them from side to side like windshield wipers. This is an excellent release after that last asana. Should feel really, really good. Now come to lie on your back. Both knees are bent. And cross your right ankle over your left knee for reclined figure 4. You have a couple of options here. You can either remain in this position as is, pushing your right knee away from you, or you can clasp your hands behind your left thigh and gently pull the left thigh towards you. Wherever you are, breathe into the stretch. We're seeking sensation all along the outer right hip and down into the right glutes. Go ahead and release your figure four. Bring both feet to the mat. And then cross your your right leg completely over the left leg. Bump your hips out to the right and allow your knees to fall to the left. You can tee out your arms here, or you can keep the right arm extended out and the left arm against the knees, or the right hand against the knees rather. Allow your gaze to go to the left for your supine twist. This is our next Yin Yoga pose, and we will hold this in stillness for about another 1.5 minutes. Very slowly bring yourself back to center, uncross your legs, and we'll move into your reclined figure four on the second side. Both knees are bent. Cross your left ankle over your right knee. And again, you can either stay here, pushing the left knee away from you, or you can interlace your fingers behind the right thigh and gently pull the right thigh towards you. Whichever version you've chosen, breathe deeply into the sensations that you're feeling. You should be seeking sensation with this pose all along the outer left thigh and into the glute area. Go ahead and release your figure four. Both feet are on the ground. And we'll move into our supine twist on the second side. Cross your left leg over the right. Bump your hips out towards the left. And allow your knees to fall to the right. Your left arm can be extended out at shoulder level. Gaze will follow the left arm. Your right hand can be positioned on your knees. And with each exhale, allow yourself to go deeper into your twist. Very slowly bring yourself back to center. Uncross your legs, and we'll take a happy baby as our final position, and just for a moment. Hold on to the outer edges of your feet or shins. Knees are wide apart, and pull your knees down towards your armpits. Your feet are pointed up to the ceiling as if you're holding up the ceiling with your feet. Remember to press your low back firmly into the mat. And take a couple of breaths here in your happy baby. And if it feels good, I know I like to gently rock from side to side, massaging into your sacrum. And finally, our beautiful Savasana. Go ahead and extend your legs long. Allow your arms to rest by your sides or anywhere on your body. Take up as much space as you'd like. Allow your feet to fall open and completely surrender here. Let go of all efforts. Feel the weight of your body on the mat and allow your breath to be soft and natural. And I will let you know when it's time to end our practice. Just rest here. There's nothing to do, nowhere to be. So just be still and absorb all of the beautiful effects of our practice today. Begin to bring small movements back to your body, wiggling the fingers and toes, maybe rolling out the ankles and the wrists, taking a yawning stretch. And when you're ready, roll onto one side and press yourself up to a comfortable seat. Bring your hands to your heart. And we'll take a deep breath in together. And a long, slow exhale out. Letting go of anything that no longer serves you. Let's take one more deep breath together. In and out. And take a moment to notice how you feel. Maybe a little more open, a little more grounded, hopefully a little more at ease. And thank you so much for sharing your energy with me today. If you enjoyed this class, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a new practice. Let me know in the comments how you're feeling after this session or if there's anything you'd like to see in the future videos. I love hearing from you. Take this sense of calm with you today and into the rest of your day. And I'll see you in the next class. Namaste.